Alright my friends, welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew and today we're talking about PlayStation 5 Pro. So, as you can see, I got the good old trusty thrusty, the Thrustmaster T598. I have my PlayStation VR 2 out, my PS5 Pro, and of course, Gran Turismo 7. I get a lot of people in the comments section that tell me that the PlayStation 5 Pro isn't worth it. Well, my friends, I started playing video games at 5 years old. If you would have told me when I was 5 that one day I would be able to put on a headset, get in a Corvette C7R, and drive around Watkins Glen, fully immersed, I'd have been like, you're nuts, man. You're nuts. There's no way that's ever gonna happen. Like, video games are 2D side scrollers, and we run through the freaking levels of Mario, we jump over whole, you know what I mean? Like, if you would have told me when I was 5 years old that I would be playing this, almost 40 years or 35 years later, well, 39 years later, if you told me I'd be doing this 39 years later, I would have thought you were crazy. I mean, my imagination would have been like, yeah, man, and my imagination had always been like that. I'd always imagined having a VR headset, being able to get in there, play video games. The fact that Gran Turismo 7 alone, and I don't think a lot of you guys would understand this, but for at least the people that are out there hating, Gran Turismo was my first sim racing game. I've been playing Gran Turismo since what, 1998, since it first launched. I've been playing Gran Turismo for a very long time, and the fact that PlayStation could bring that to VR, as immersive as this is, that's incredible. It was already great on just the base PlayStation 5, but now it looks better, it runs better, the overall stability of this is just significantly better. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take a look at this, and I'm gonna keep talking while you guys watch me do some laps in the good old Watkins Glen. So let me just pull this bad boy up, guys. I like doing these. I like doing these videos are so cool. So here we are, my friends. We are at Watkins Glen. We're in the Corvette C7R. I'm just doing some laps. You know, the fact that I can get in here and just drive in this car is absolutely incredible. The way it feels, the immersion that you experience when you're in the headset and you're just driving, and you can see your apex, you can feel the freaking vibrations through the wheel setup. Just everything, the immersion, it tricks your brain so well when you're sitting there and you're just driving. You're not thinking about anything else. You're fully immersed. You got your headphones on. You're literally at the freaking track. And man, I don't know. A lot of people say it's not worth it, but to me, a PlayStation 5 Pro is literally a drop in the bucket for an experience like this. This is truly the experience that you would buy a whole console for. Like, this is that one that you would buy it for. Now, yeah, I definitely wish the force feedback felt a little better. There are some things that you could nitpick, and trust and believe, I could find 101 reasons to nitpick and tell you why the PlayStation 5 Pro isn't worth it. I mean, that would be so easy, but why? I want everybody to feel like I feel when I have the headset on and I am zooming around one of my favorite tracks in the world. I absolutely love Watkins Glen. I love being here. I love the view. It's just such an incredible track to learn and have some fun on. You know, guys, like I said, I've been playing Gran Turismo 7 for a very, very, very long time. Very long time. And when I look back at that and I look at the experience that I had, you know, growing up through the years, playing with it on a controller, you know, basically for the first couple of games, it was literally bumper cars, you know, just smashing into things, building my car up, you know, souping the car up, and then just being faster than everybody else. I mean, yeah, but then you start to learn and you really start taking it seriously. I mean, Gran Turismo Sport was the first time I ever bought a wheel setup to play a racing game. And from that moment forward, I knew that this was something, this was an experience that was gonna mean a lot to me as time went on. And at first I was really timid. I was really timid to invest a whole bunch of money into sim racing equipment. I was really timid into doing all of that because, you know, I got a family, I got a wife, I got a career, I've got things, and I just knew, or I just felt that, like, look, man, am I responsible enough to buy something so immersive and so great that I could potentially fall back into the ways of when I was younger, and I would sit there and I would play video games for days on end and not care about anything else. And you know, I went through this phase or this stage, you know, and I was like, man, I really like this experience. And thankfully, I have been able to manage everything and still be able to, you know, come out on top and be able to play my game and still get up and go to work, still take care of my family, still do all of the responsibilities and stuff that I want to do. And that really has kind of put me in an interesting position when it comes to sim racing, because I'm not super competitive. A lot of you guys keep asking me, why aren't you racing? Why aren't you doing online? And it's like, look, guys, I'm not super competitive in stuff like this. Like I've never really have been, you know, like a really competitive sports person. You know, I like stuff like, I mean, like my favorite type of racing is probably rally. It's easily, that's my favorite genre when it comes to racing, is rally racing. Because you're racing yourself, you're racing the clock, you're racing other people, but you're not on the track with them. And it's not that I don't want to, it's this, every time I get onto like Forza or Gran Turismo or any of these other games, I hate playing bumper cars. Like I hate it when people run into the back of me, because when I get in the zone, you know, maybe it's my ADD. When I'm like in the zone and I'm doing good and I'm having fun, I just have this like mindset that I just want to be good. I just want to, you know, hit this turn or hit this apex or something like that. And I'm so in my mind when I'm racing that having other people on the track and running into me, I mean, I can deal with the AI on a lot of these games, and that's fine. I definitely get in there and, you know, I'll test the AI and play around with the AI. Gran Turismo's not terrible, but there are some games that the AI is just absolutely atrocious. So it's like, dang, dude, I don't like doing that. But you know, for the most part, just getting in here and doing laps is literally so zen for me, man. I can just get in there, I can do a bunch of laps, and that right there like calms me down. It puts me in a better mood. It gives me that that me time that we all want. You know, we just want that me time, and I don't have to sit there and race and be online and doing a whole bunch of, you know, competing and stuff like that. Like, it is fun. I would like to get into it and you know, like maybe join a league or something like that and like really work on my racecraft and get better. But at the same time, man, I also want to just continue to enjoy it. Like, I can buy a game like Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown or freaking gosh dang, the Crew Motorfest right now is probably one of my favorite open world racing games ever. Like, it just feels so incredible on the Thrustmaster T598 that I'm just like, gosh dang, man, that gear jolt, it gets me every time. Every time I do it, I'm like, oh man, I just want to keep doing it. So, and it's so cool. It's such an amazing feeling to have something that you can set up in your living room or set up in your room or wherever you get a spot for it. You can set it up and you can just freaking play. Like, you can have fun, and it just has all these like really cool gimmicks and stuff that, you know, like gear jolt and overshoot and, you know, that hype harmony effects and stuff. It's so cool to be able to feel what these cars are doing. And you know, my other favorite experience, like the other wheel setup that I got, the TGT2, these two are my favorite for Gran Turismo 7. Like, I love Thrustmaster. I love my Fanny Boy too. Fanatec is absolutely incredible. They definitely do kind of feel a little bit, you know, expensive for what they are, but they're worth every freaking nickel. I would say the T598, the Thrustmaster, or the Fanatec DD Pro, and the Thrustmaster TGT, definitely worth the money. The TGT is definitely a system that you would probably, I mean, that's definitely a preferred taste for real. You're always fighting that wheel, but with these direct drive wheels, man, they're just so smooth and they glide so well that when you're getting in there and you're just feeling it, like it just feel like you feel everything. You feel all the bumps in the road. You feel like you literally feel everything, and it feels so good that it tricks your brain so well that, like, wow, what an amazing experience. Now, like I said, guys, people tell me and keep telling me, and sometimes they're kind of rude about it, you know? It's like, oh, the PlayStation 5 isn't worth it, or the PlayStation 5 Pro isn't worth it. And man, they used to say the same thing to me on the other side about Xbox Series X. And, you know, I would liken my backwards compatibility to the same thing as being able to sim race. I like to be able to go back to my games and play them. And I absolutely love it when they get free upgrades, when there's upgrades. And the PlayStation 5 Pro, that offers that too. I can get in there, I can play some of my games. I mean, like Drive Club, man, that's one of my favorite racing games ever made, and I love playing that. And the fact that I can throw it on the PS5 and it upscales it, oh my gosh, it looks like it did when it first came out now. It's all beautiful and vibrant and punchy and nice and, you know, clean resolution and stuff, and it just looks incredible. So it's like, I sit and I try to fully enjoy the stuff that I buy. And I feel like a lot of people out there nowadays, they really do just look for reasons to be negative about things. And you don't have to be that way. You don't have to be that way. I get it that like some of this stuff starts to get expensive and like it is kind of a defense mechanism too, my friends. By being negative about something, it just kind of helps you from going out there and spending that money, you know. I mean, like I get that part of it. That makes complete sense. Sometimes you're like, oh man, it's just a console. You try to put that in your mind like it's just a console, and man, consoles got me through like 37 years of gaming, man. I'm like, dang, consoles were freaking awesome, and they still are. Every time I look at this PlayStation 5 Pro, when I turn it on, and I jump in there and I play it, and I'm just so amazed at like, wow, dude, this actually looks good on a 4K TV. And I sit there and I think, because man, when I started this channel, I just kept going through all these like weird things. I kept trying things like super fast, and like I'd get a 1440p monitor and I'd do this and I'd do all these things just to like show off these products that I kept buying and stuff. And you know, there's very few products that I've bought since I've had this channel that truly make me excited. PlayStation 5 Pro, Xbox Series X, the LG C2, the LG 39-inch ultra-wide monitor, my PC, my AMD GPUs, you know, there's my Fanatec DD Pro, my Thrustmaster TGT2. There's things that I've gotten. My Razer, my Razer Inky chair. I freaking love this. You know, I mean, my ROG Ally. I love my ROG Ally, but there's only a few of them, like a handful of these things that actually really blow me away. And that's like my AMD GPU, my PlayStation 5 Pro, my PSVR 2, and this Thrustmaster TGT2, this thing is, or this Thrustmaster T598. These are like the products right now that I have that absolutely bring me so much freaking joy as a gamer. And my ultra wide monitor. Those things right there, and well, obviously my LG C2, but you know, just those handful of products, you know, they like really bring that experience of gaming to life for me. They make me want to turn it on every day. They make me want to play games and finish games and just explore these amazing worlds and look at what these developers have created for us. And man, I love that. I know I can't go out there and make a damn video game, but I could fix their car, man. I could fix their car. I could build their house or something. You know what I mean? Like, those are the things that I'm good at doing. They're good at building video games, and gosh damn it, these things entertain the shit out of me. And I love that. I freaking love that. And I know that everybody else out there just wants to be super negative and super freaking, you know, like always. It's like there's this war, and everybody just wants to fight it. And it's like, man, you guys don't even understand just how incredible it is to be the kind of gamer that literally plays everything. Like, you don't have to be mad. Like, you can literally enjoy everything and have fun doing it and just be happy. Now, there are some products out there in the world that I just kind of feel like are a little bit overhyped, but a lot of people enjoy them, and you know, I probably should just keep my negative opinions to myself and not really be, not necessarily be negative, but I should just start keeping my opinion to myself if it's something that I don't really care about too much. I probably should, but you know, obviously making content and stuff, then, you know, when I sit here and I play Gran Turismo and I put that headset on and I get in this car and I drive around the track, that is one of the most, I feel so free. I feel free. I feel alive. I feel like it's just me, the car, the track. And I get to do that. I get to experience that. I get to pretend. I get to simulate. I get to role play as a race car driver. And let's face it, you know, I could go out there and try to do real race driving, but do I really have the time? Do I really have the budget? Do I really have the money to do something like that? How would I even get a sponsor? Like, what the, you know, there's just so much stuff that goes into that when I could literally spend a couple $1,000, hook it up to a TV and literally get, I'm not going to say the same experience, but damn close, you know? I mean, obviously you're not going to get the G-forces or anything like that, but you can still get a damn good experience in a sim racing setup. I mean, they've got everything, man. Like, the sky's the limit when it comes to sim racing, and the technology is just improving so much that, yeah, $700 for a PlayStation 5 Pro, I'm not laughing at you. I promise. I'm not laughing at you. I'm not calling you broke. I'm not saying any kind of shit like that. That's just ignorant. What I'm saying is, like, guys, $700, man. $700. I would pay, if I took my wife to a movie right now, it'd be like $60. If we went and saw 6-7 movies, that'd be a PlayStation 5 Pro. You know what I mean? And it's like, when you add everything up, and you really look at it, you're like, dude, I'm gonna get hundreds, possibly thousands of hours of entertainment out of a PlayStation 5 Pro. Your wife isn't gonna wanna go to see a movie like literally every single day, and you're not gonna be able to afford to go see a movie every single day, you know, spending $60 a pop, you know, you know what I mean? Like, you could spend $70, get a video game, and you could spend, like, Call of Duty, you could spend hundreds of hours in that game. You could spend hundreds of hours in sim racing games. Like, these things truly matter. It's not as much about the console as it is about the software. Is there a piece of software truly magnificent enough for you to buy that console, for you to buy that PC, for you to buy that GPU, for you to freaking buy that ROG? Is there, the software matters more than the hardware. The hardware matters to an extent that it can function and deliver that experience in a stable, playable way. But the software will always, always, always be the greatest, and I will always buy what I need to experience that to the fullest. So yeah, guys, I know that you guys feel a little upset about, like, the PS5 Pro, the pricing, the stuff like that. Like, I get it, but man, this thing is awesome, man. It's doing such a good job for me. Gran Turismo 7 alone, seriously, that is more than enough for me to fully enjoy my PS5 Pro. I'm grateful. Let's just put it this way. Everything I enjoy on the PS5 Pro after GT7 and PSVR 2, absolute bonus. Absolute bonus. I would have bought that for this game and this game alone only. I would have. If everything else would have sucked, I'd have been like, well, at least I got my Gran Turismo. You know what I mean? So everything on top of that is a bonus. So, all right, my friends, if you guys like this content, do not forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.